I am actually surprised just how often I am asked, is my child ready to read? Or how do I know if my child is ready to read? Or even, my child is 4 and not yet reading. What should I do? Whoa, slow down. You move too fast. You know what? I love reading and I believe that we do need to read. It is an important skill that we have to have. But I also believe that we need to stop putting the pressure onto our children to be reading younger and younger, putting that extra pressure on them, that I think that we really need to follow their lead and to see whether they have reading readiness. And that's what I want to talk about today. Having that being ready to read and when is the right time for your child. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life, and thank you so much for watching today as we talk about one of my favorite things to do, reading. Oh, I love to read. I'm always carrying a book or my Kindle with me. If I have 5 minutes, I want to sit there and read. It just helps to center me, to bring me peace, and to maybe just take a few minutes away from the noise. I don't take for granted how easy it has been for me over the years to be reading. It is a great skill. And, I use my reading and my research so that I can look up really fun facts and do all of these things and maybe help to bring you some information in these videos. And thank you so much for watching, for your likes, your subscribes, your comments, your shares. You know what? Share with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't. Now, reading. It really is a beautiful skill, and it's one that I don't take for granted. I was blessed. I picked up reading very young. I was ready early to read. Now, as a teacher, I have taught kindergarten, I have taught older children, I've taught special education. I've really seen such a wide spectrum of when children are ready to read and how they show that readiness. As a mother, it can be really, really hard to sort of not give in to all of these changes that we're expecting our children to read before kindergarten. Why? Why are we pushing them early? Why aren't we taking the lead from them? Why aren't we actually following the research that shows that the best age to be starting formal learning is 6 to 7? Why are we pushing it at 4 to 5? These are questions that I have, and I'm not getting the answers to them. And as a mother, and homeschooling and everything, it's like, but society says this. But I realize in my heart that when I take the lead from my girls, they are happier. They're picking it up better. Both of my girls organically picked up reading. I saw the signs that they were ready. We did so much reading all through the time playing games. And now they are reading above grade level, which I honestly don't care about, but they're reading. They are reading and they enjoy it and they love the challenge of learning new words and bigger words and pushing themselves. And this is great. But they had to be ready. I didn't want to push them and put my expectations on them. So what are the signs that your child might be ready to read? Shows an interest in reading. Are they picking up books? Are they wanting you to read them the books? Are they wanting to pick out words, or when they're seeing signs and you're at the shops and you're seeing different things, do they show an interest in reading? Can they retell a short story? This is actually a key thing. Are they picking up a story and then they can give it back to you in their own words? That's a really good sign that they are ready to read. Do they have book awareness? Do they know how to hold a book? Do they know that we go from the front to the back in English? That we read from left to right? How do we hold it? What do we do? We're turning the page. Book awareness is very important. And so is print awareness. That they can see the difference between pictures and words. This is something that they actually learn. Oh, the pictures tell only part of the story, but the words tell the full story. Can they play with sounds? like rhyming syllables, playing around with letter sounds, phonics, like introducing phonics earlier, singing songs with it, having fun, like rhyming with words. We had fun with the girls because some of their friends have good, strong Southern accents, being like, no, that word is a 1-syllable word, not a 2-syllable word. So we had fun with syllables. We had fun just playing games with letters. Oh, what letter is that? It's an F. What sound does F make? Can you think of any words that start with that? And it just became fun. And of course, I love music, so we used a lot of music. And that they know most of the letters and sounds. Please note that I did not say all of the letters and sounds. They don't need to know that for reading. They will learn that, okay? But if they have most of the alphabet and the sounds that they make, like the k and the s for C, then we can step into reading. But they don't have to know all of them. Just note that. Pushing our children early can give us a lot of kickback and pushback. Maybe it takes away their enjoyment for learning. When something is more organic and that they are picking it up at their pace without feeling that pressure, we're not going to deal with that pushback or with their self-esteem issues. I don't want that for my girls. I don't want that pushback. I want them to learn and to love to learn, and in that grow. Reading is a huge part of that, but I don't want to put my expectations onto them. Come on, got to be ready. We've got to do it. And I was reading early. You should be reading early. No. Your child might show all the signs that they are ready at 3. And if so, great. But they might not show the signs that they're ready really to read until they're 5 or 6. Guess what? That's great. Follow their lead, find those cues and go with it, and be willing to sort of buck the trend of pushing them earlier and earlier. And if being told, well, your child's not doing this, we have to catch them up and they have to do all of it. No, can we just allow them to step into it and enjoy? There is plenty of time for remedial work if we need it, but we probably won't if we just let them pick it up at their pace when they are ready. So, how can we help them in this reading readiness? We can read together and often. Yes, daily read. Make it part of your nighttime routine in reading books together. Reading throughout the day. We often read at lunchtime. This is great. The girls are eating. I'm reading to them. Read together and often. Read a variety of books. It doesn't have to just be like the board books, because you know what? They're little and simple words. Those are important. They are great, but we want books that have rich vocabulary, have engaging stories. We don't just have to read very simple picture books to 2-year-olds. We can start introducing more complex picture books to them. The girls were about 3.5 when I started introducing simple chapter books to them. And we would read them at lunchtime, 1 chapter a day, or, they often twist my arm. Okay, 2 chapters, 3 chapters. They want me to keep reading. I'll keep reading. When we give them all these things, like I love reading them books written in like the 1930s, 40s, 50s. The language is different. And so they can see that to how it is today. Like I have introduced them to, maybe people would say, well, are they fully ready for that language-wise? Well, they're getting all the concepts. I'm not going to push them. Like at 6 and 7 years of age, I'm not going to read them Harry Potter, but I am going to read them rich vocabulary. I am going to read them engaging stories. Make it fun. You know what? Reading should be fun. Follow your child's interest in this. They're interested in bugs. Well, read lots of books about bugs. Oh, they love animals. Well, read different books about animals. Don't just force it and be like, oh, well, now it's time to read. Sit. I'm going to read to you. You will listen. No, look at the pictures, pick out the pictures, ask questions. What's going to happen next, do you think? Why does the dog look sad in this picture? We can make it fun and engaging in very simple and easy ways. Visit the library. Yes, make the most of your library if you can, that they can see the variety of books, that they can see all the different styles, fiction, nonfiction, picture books, chapter books, our readers to more intense, different types of books. Oh, the library is a great place to really engage in reading readiness. Borrow those books, try out new things. Make the most of the library if you can. So, let's wait for our children to show their reading readiness. I know it's hard. I really know it's hard. But I think that you will be pleasantly surprised when you see, oh, they're ready and we've engaged in this and we've had fun and we've sung songs and we've done phonics things and we've just played word games, that reading will be easier and more natural for them. And honestly, I know that's what I've wanted for my girls, and that's what I want for my friends' children as well. Let's make reading fun and enjoyable so it's not a chore, because it is something that will serve us so well the rest of our lives. Well, thank you so much for watching today and being part of this learning life. It is just great to have your interaction and to have your partnership in this as we learn this life together. And if you want to be a champion, you can, and you can do that through patreon.com, or check out my website for blog posts and links and information and our new pocket packs, which are fun thematic units of work that's based on interest. You can check that out at my website, learningthis.life.